Good morning and welcome to Mindful Movement. I'm your host for the day, Tawana Wright. And today we have Mindful Movement Workout with Jerry Haslam. Folks, it's always good to be with you. We want to remind you that AARP is empowering people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization with more than 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate on their behalf, all of them, without regard to politics. And we're going to move into our session today and we're going to say, Jerry, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm here.
And that's always great. So, Jerry, we had a great attendance last time. Folks were excited about what you were doing. What do you have on tap for us today?
Well, Tawana, today is all about lower body.
Okay.
So last week, well, week before last, let me say, we talked about functional. And we still will do functional, but we will address the lower body. And I think that people will be surprised as to how they will get a workout while sitting in a chair. So I think it'll be some surprises along the way. And as always, I plan to explain why I'm doing something other than I want to do this.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Jerry, I'm going to get out of the way, but before I do, we want to remind people that before you begin any exercise routine, you should check in with your physician to make sure that you are capable of doing the exercises. We don't want anyone to get hurt while they're trying to get healthy. Now, without any further delay, we're going to kick it off with Jerry. Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and I am so glad that you have decided to spend time with me this morning. I want to first start by just letting us reset. I know that we may be sitting down, we may be doing multiple things, but I want you just to kind of center yourself and just to relax for a moment before we get started. And that is so important. And when I say that, this morning, even before getting on this call, my camera decided that it wanted to do what it wanted to do. So sometimes when we're trying to control everything, we have to step back and just relax and breathe for a moment. So, with that being said, I want you to put your feet flat on your floor or wherever you are, just put your feet flat. I don't want them crossed. And we're going to really work on this lower body today, doing a lot of different things. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that you come back and join me again. So, with that being said, let us go ahead. I want you to take your right foot, first of all, and pick it up. And when you pick it up, I want you to pick up that foot and think about your hip doing the action. And when you do that, I want you to hold it. And depending on if you're sitting up or leaning back, I want you to be straight when you do that. Just picking that leg up. Now place it back on the floor. Waking those legs up, making them realize we're going to do a little bit of movement. The other leg, if you would, pick it up. And this is what I want you to think about. When I say pick up your leg, your foot comes off of the floor, but it's your hip that's picking that leg up. And again, you're sitting up nice and tall, you're breathing. And if I had a string and I was pulling you up from the top, you would be completely straight. Now put that back down. We're going to start with some simple moves and then we're going to put moves together. And I'm going to explain that to you and tell you why. So let's go back to our right foot. I want you to pick it up and I want you just to point and flex your foot. Your point and flex, point and flex, point and flex that foot for me, okay? We're going to flex it and point it. I want 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now put that down. Now what you may have realized when you did that flex, you can feel that on the top of your thigh. And think about, I guess, if you've ever driven a stick shift using both feet. So again, we're flexing and pointing, and that flex, we're going to feel that on the top of our thigh. Let's go to our next leg. Let's pick it up. Our leg is out. We're going to get ready to point and flex again. And when you do that and that leg is up, you're going to feel that all the way up. So it's going to run from that heel and toe all the way up to your hip. I want 4 more, okay? 4, 3, 2, and one. Now put that down. Now this is what's going to tell you if you had that leg up high enough or you're just kind of dragging that leg. When I say lift your leg up, when you lift it, again, you will feel that on top, okay? So making sure that we lift and we're just not dragging that leg. So again, we're sitting up nice and tall. And what we're going to do, dropping our hands by our side, we're sitting up, we're going to take that leg up. And I want you to think about an accordion, abductor and adductor. And we're not going to drag that leg across the chair. It's up and we're going to take it out and in. So the leg is out and you're taking your abductor and your adductor. So you're going to feel this when you do it. So again, my leg is up. My leg is not down here. I'm not just saying, oh, my leg is up. And I'm actually working that inner and outer thigh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you may be saying, Jerri, I don't know if that felt right. Why are we doing that? Number one, when we walk forward. We don't walk side to side. So our abductors and adductors, our inner and outer thigh, we don't use those as much. But again, they are so important when we're doing functional training, functional movement. So making sure that our abductors and adductors, we're using those, okay? Opposite leg, let's pick it up. Again, the leg is up. So it's not down here. You're actually engaging this. And when you do, you're going to feel it. So the leg is up and again, it's out. We're working our inner and outer thigh. You notice how I'm in the front. I'm not twisting. I'm not turning. I'm staying straight and I'm making the inner and the outer thigh do all of the work. Yes. So again, it's out and in. It's your inner thigh and your outer thigh. Abductors and adductors, making that work, not having to use any weight when we do that, but making sure this is going to help us when we're doing something, a squat or anything, our inner and outer thighs, okay? Let's do another set of those. This time, the leg is up. Your hip will feel that when you do it, okay? Let's give me 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now place that leg back down. Now what you should feel is just a little bit of attention when you do that. Your hips should say, wow, okay, it's waking up. Let's go with the other leg. It's up and we want 8, okay? And I need a smile. There you go. Let's take it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg back in. Just relax it. So again, if we're working or if we're not working, these are things that we can do at our desk. I'm going to bring your attention to if you've ever traveled for a flight overseas, and they will tell you to get up and use those legs. So a lot of times, just think we're at home or maybe we're working remotely. We're sitting a lot. And I'm going to tell you, and you may have heard this, sitting is the new smoking. So even if we're confined, if we're on a Zoom call, if we're on a meeting, we still can use this lower body to move and to engage. Okay. So with that being said, we're sitting up nice and tall. I want you to trust yourself. Just take your hands under your thigh and pull that up to you. And when you do so, I want you to kind of like cradle it, just bring it in. Oh my gosh, feels so good. Bringing that knee to you. Now place it back on the floor. Okay. Again, giving ourselves a good stretch. If we were laying on the floor, we could do the same thing, but we're in a chair. So let's go with the opposite leg. Again, giving ourselves a good stretch and engaging that back in the process. So right here, that leg is up. We're just going to give it a nice hug. It's like, oh, this should feel good. A little discomfort, but still bringing that knee in as close as you can to your upper body. Okay? Now place it back on the floor. Now, with that being said, if you can, I want you to take this leg and just cross it over. Now, if you can't do that, guess what? It's okay. And if you don't want to do that, that's okay as well. Putting that leg, crossing that ankle on the opposite leg, it can be challenging. So if you can't do that, let me show you a modification. You simply can cross it at your ankle. So if you can't place your leg up there, by no means, or if it's uncomfortable and it's pain, I don't want you to do it. I want you to always listen to your body, listen to me, but I am not as smart as your body. Your body knows it. So wherever you are, that's where you need to be. Okay. So I'm going to take my leg and I'm going to put it right here. And when I do that, that is going to give me an unbelievable stretch in that hip flexor. So one foot is flat, one foot is across here, and I'm simply going to take my upper body and stretch and lean over there. Yes. Now, I will tell you this. I don't care if you do this every day, every other day. I don't care how many years you've been doing it. It still gets my attention. Every time I do this move, my hip says to me, why? And I just laugh and smile because we need that stretch. We need that flexibility. And we need that with everything that we're doing. This is helping us. So if you can, a little bit further into that stretch. There you go. Now raise back up. Now, if you didn't put your leg up there, that is fine. If your leg was down here, just crossing over your ankles, I want you to trust yourself, sit up and tall and still lean over. You still will feel that in that hip, okay? So no matter where you are with that move, you're going to feel that stretch and understanding. I think so often we think that we have to be going fast, 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 or moving, moving, moving in order to have activity or flexibility. And when it comes to mindful movement, holding your body, lifting your body is just as important as a repetition. Okay. So, with that being said, my feet are flat. We're going to go with the other leg. I'm going to tell you this, one side is going to just automatically be a little bit um, stronger, better, whatever word you want to see. It's just like you may be left-handed or right-handed, so you're just a little bit more dominant. When we're equally, balanced out, great, but don't be alarmed if one side was not as cooperative as the other. So I'm going to take this opposite leg and I'm just going to cross it over. And when I do that, again, I know what side I'm stronger at, and it's okay. So right here, when you do that and you feel that stretch in that hip, right here, just lean over. And you don't have to lean over far to feel that stretch, to feel that lower body, those hips, those thighs saying hello and how are you? Yeah, they will wake you up. So I'm going to go a little bit further to feel this stretch in that hip flexor. I'm going to lean back up. There we go. And now I'm going to place this foot back on the floor. So understanding the importance of that lower body and just how powerful and strong it is. So now that we've got it moving just a little bit, going to go back. Remember how I had pulled that leg in? I'm going to flex my heel and that stretch. And if you're comfortable, I want you to extend your leg out. There you go. You're going to feel that. Oh my God, it feels so good. And we could take this into repetition. We could just do this. So we would be working not only our leg, we would be working the quad, which is the top, the front of the thigh. So we could let it stay or we could give it movement. So let me get three more, okay? It's three, it's two, it's one. Ah, and place that foot back on the floor. Again, everything we're doing, this is what I always want from you. A smile. I want you to be understanding why are we doing this and what the benefit is. So a lot of times I may talk you through it. You don't necessarily have to do that. And again, you can do it at a later time, but making sure you're comfortable with the move, okay? So working our quad, working our flexibility, giving it a strength. So it's almost like a strength and a cardio at the same time. Okay. So we're going to go with the opposite leg. And again, just reaching behind and bringing it up. Flex the heel at first. And just flexing the heel, you may want to stay there. And that is fine. Okay. I'm going to extend it out and bring it back in. I'm going to extend it out. And I'm going to do a few of these. Now, again, if you're comfortable, you can do that. Or you can just let it stay out here, giving yourself an amazing stretch and a lift at the same time. Okay. I'm going to do three more. Three, two, and one. Put that leg back down. So again, understanding just lifting our legs. If I wanted to, we can sit up nice and tall and we could march in place. And when I say march in place, not some little baby march. I mean actually picking those legs up, working that body, picking it up off the floor. And when I say pick it up off the floor, if I were to take a cup, you would bring that foot up as high as a cup, not a coffee cup, but a huge cup, okay? So we could march in place with this. And when we do this, we're not leaning back, we're not cheating, we're sitting up nice and tall. Because if we lean back, we're not getting the full effect. So that's one reason I want you to engage, making sure that you're nice and tall. So right here, let's do 8 on each side, just bringing that leg up. Okay, 2, 3, there we go. 4, they're warm. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just making sure that when we do that, we're comfortable, we have our balance, okay? So let's go back to this leg again. I'm going to reach behind and I'm going to kick it out. And this time I'm going to trust myself. I'm just going to flex that heel. It's up. I'm sitting up nice and tall. And it's just an amazing stretch and placing it back down. Here, we got it again. We're up, okay? Flex that heel for me. Take that leg out. Now you can walk your hands down, bringing it up even higher, or you can leave it back here. It doesn't matter, okay? But this is the stretch that I'm wanting. Place it back on the floor. I hope that feels good and not uncomfortable. Just maybe a little on a scale of 1 to 10. You're maybe at a 4 where you feel like you're awakening your body, but you're not causing any pain. Okay. So back to these legs right here. We're going to take the leg up. And now the leg is completely up by itself, not down here, but up. And remember how we had the leg bent and we took it out? Now let's take the leg out and extend it out. And again, working your entire leg when you do that, okay? So we're sitting up nice and tall. The leg is up. We're taking the leg out, okay? Taking it out. We're our own ballerina. We're taking it out. We're not twisting with the leg. We're letting the leg do the work, okay? 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. And when I say we're not twisting, we're not twisting. We're making the leg do the work, okay? You know, we always got to do the other side. So the leg is up, and we're just going to take it out. When we take it out, we're not dragging it. It's lifted up, and we're taking it out, okay? Give me 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Now, with that, hopefully your legs feel like they are really up. They're really doing what I want them to do. So now what we're going to do, we're going to cross that leg again. Remember, we're going to take it here. And if you're not comfortable, that's fine. You can cross it at your ankles. You're going to sit it nice and tall. And this time we're going to lean over even more because we have warmed that leg up. And it's doing it. We're over here. We feel that good stretch. Roll back. Place it on the floor. opposite. Let's do that. Again, one side may be more flexible than the other. Okay, that's fine. Let's lean over. There we go. That's it. Roll back, sitting up nice and tall. Now, what we're going to do this time, if you've got legs to your chair, I want you to get your legs out so your heels are matching that. And we're going to work those calves. So, right here, I'm going to roll up on my toes, and I'm not popping up. It's actually a roll. So, I'm rolling my heels up and down, working my calf muscles, and my legs are out. My legs are matching the legs on the chair. So, my heels are up, and this is just a calf stretch. We're just bringing it up and down. It's a roll. So we're going to roll up, and let's just hold it. We're rolling those calf muscles up, those heels are up off the floor and down. I want four more. It's four, three, is two, and one, and bring it down. Now understand your calf is not just one. You've got the inner, the outer. So what we typically think of is just rolling up. So this time our feet are out still, but we're going to turn our toes slightly in to work the outside. So we're going to still roll up. We're going to roll up. I'm rolling those calves up. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now this time, let's turn the feet out, okay? So we're turning it out. So this time, I'm my own ballerina. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll it up and up. So we're just rolling those calves up. And I think in ballet, they call this plie, but plie. But I'm not the ballerina teacher. So we're just rolling it up. We're gonna work those calves, okay? So it's 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it down. Now I want you to take one leg, and what we're going to do, think about your ankle, not your foot, your ankle, and we're going to roll it. But when we roll that ankle, our foot will naturally move, but don't get fixated on the foot. Let the ankle do the movement. Okay? Now let's take it in the opposite direction. There we go. Rolling that ankle, oh, it should feel good. Place it down. Now, one reason I definitely would recommend you doing that, you may step off of the slightest curve and you hear people saying, oh my God, they twisted or rolled their ankles. Letting your ankle feel comfortable in that movement, okay? So rotating and strengthening that ankle that we really don't even think about. Sometimes we'll say, oh my goodness, my foot or my arch is hurting, but making sure that our ankle is pretty flexible and strong. So let's go with the other one. Let's take it up. Again, don't even look at your foot. Just think about your ankle doing the move. There we go. Rotate that ankle. Now let's take it in the opposite direction. There we go. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. I don't know if you heard that. I don't know what that was, but I'm thinking my ankle is like, hello. There we go, and place it down. So today, I hope that you understand, if you're sitting at your desk, you can still move that lower body. I want you to think about moving your body in a way that's beneficial and functional. So when we're lifting our legs or when we're taking our legs out, understand how important that is in our everyday functions. So I've enjoyed it this morning. I'm so excited that you decide to spend some time with me on Tuesdays, because you could be doing anything else. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that these lower body moves make you realize just how powerful you are, even while sitting in a chair. So again, thank you so much. And I will see you next time. I'm going to bring Tawana back in, and we'll see if you have any questions and take it from there.
Hey, Jerry. I think everybody's too busy working out to ask any questions this morning, but we'll give them a chance. We're going to run a commercial break, folks, and then we'll be right back with you. All right. We didn't have any questions, but we did have a couple of folks ask us. So each week, folks, we're doing mindful movement on our Facebook channel. Remember that if you're going to join us, we need you to click going or interested when you see that on Facebook. And we're here every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Central. Jared, thank you for another great workout.
Thank you so much. I thank you for allowing me to come in. I feel so honored to be here. I'm always so involved with the class, and at the same time, I'm just hoping and thinking at the same time, don't let my phone go berserk. So I'm so glad that it works every time to get us through it.
Yeah, we had a great workout today, folks. I hope you realize that working your lower body can help you in the long run. And Jerry, I learned that I am right leg, right leg. I'm right leg. All right, folks. Have a great week. Remember, we have lots of things coming up this week. We have Wisdom Wednesday coming up tomorrow. We also have Art at the Armory tomorrow afternoon. And we have a new fraud show kicking off on Friday. So please be sure to visit our Facebook page and see the upcoming events. And remember, we'll see you next week here for Mindful Movement at 10 a.m. Central Time. Take care. Have a great day.